Hey, don't let our little robot scare you. We made him out of extra parts right here in the art room. So go through your junk drawers in your garage and your save for later stuff, because today we're going to build a junk bot. Okay, welcome back to the art room for our junk bot building project. Oh, I've been looking forward to this one for a long time. So I'm just going to use some basic tools as I'm laying out here. Something that you hopefully have around the house, and maybe a low temperature glue gun if you've got one, always a good idea, and a handful of like self-tapping screws to kind of hook together those things that are a little bit too hard otherwise. So, hey, and there's Frankie welcoming you. He's the world's greatest brother, that little guy. So what I did was go through every junk drawer that I had in the kitchen, and I looked through all my stuff down in the basement, old things that I've had laying around for years, and I came up with a really good variety. You might notice in this pile there are some water bottles, and there's a peanut butter jar here. That's always a good thing. And then maybe a box or a main body part that you can use. And here I've got this Starluck box. I'm not sure what came in it, and I was lucky to find these two flower pot things made out of galvanized metal. So I'm just going to start by going around and hot gluing the edges of my main box for my robot so he doesn't fall apart. And then I'm going to see if I can get these legs attached with some glue going around there, kind of extra good because I don't want my legs falling off, of course. They're kind of the star of the show to hold the whole robot up, and we're trying to keep the things that are heavy towards the bottom. This is a lid off of, I think, a pretzel jar that I stuck on there. There's my cat food. Miss Lily, she has a lot of cat food around the house, so usually have some cat food containers. And let's see if that, nope, that doesn't fit in there. How about that? Yeah, that's good. That's a piece of plumbing equipment that we had laying around. That's going to make an excellent neck. So we'll hot glue that on. And let's bore a hole for this old strainer that I found. Hope Mrs. Shay doesn't see that one. And then we'll start hooking things together. I'm taking my time cutting a hole in what's going to be the head. The peanut butter jar is going to be his head. And I found this neat little thing for one of his eyeballs. And this is a part of a flashlight. It happened to have a magnifying glass in it. Love that. That's going to make his other eye. Just let that stick on. And I've got special plans for this head, so I'm not going to paint the head. I'm going to leave it clear. I'll leave you guessing until the end. So let's see if we can't get that to... Okay, I'm going to need a little extra glue stick here, and I'll run some glue around and get that head firmly into place. This nice little box will be kind of a good control panel, don't you think? And I'll stick that on it if somebody got us that for Christmas. Here's a little bit of a flashlight that I hooked on, and finally I'm ready to put these screws into these little plastic boxes that I found, and they're going to make excellent arms. I'm just going to use my Phillips head screwdriver and attach those on both sides, and they're kind of neat because then you can move your arm around if you want, and they won't be static. You can kind of move them. These two little plastic things, I'm not sure where they came from, but they look good. I had a little motor out of a kit that I am going to put on in a minute. And then, sorry, this bit's out of focus here slightly, just for a second. These two gears are really cool, and I had those for the longest time in my junk drawer. Really glad I didn't throw them away. So our robot's starting to get a little more complicated looking, and that's what we want. You'll notice that I've just found some loose bolts, and I'm just going to draw a little hole and stick those in. Here's a light switch that I found that didn't work anymore, and here's that little motor we were telling you about. Stuck that up there too. And I need some hands, so I've got these little rubber ends, and I'm going to put these little clampers, stick them in there, and see if I can make these work as hands. Okay, so now I'm kind of twisting up this little key ring that I had. It says Bass Pro Shops, I think. So that's going to be my mascot for my... and there's our other one, just to give you a comparison, our first robot. So he's going together nicely. So I'm finished with that building part. So I'm going to lay a white gesso coat, or just white house paint, whatever you want to call it, on top of our robot. Really makes it paintable if you do that. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to cover up all these different colors. So I'm just going to lay down a nice thick coat of white acrylic paint. It could be ceiling paint, or maybe somebody in your house has a little extra white paint like that, or even a lighter color like a wall color that you had would be okay. Something to kind of seal the robot in and make him ready for painting. So I'm going around here at super speed now, filling in all these areas and preparing for what will come next, and that's going to be the color coat. So let's lay him down here, and I've got some nice blue for his legs, and filling that blue in and keep flipping him over, of course, getting a nice coat of there. Let's go into some green, and we'll give him a green body. Oh, that's super neat. I'm really gonna like that, I think. And going over his arms too as well, and around the front of him. And I'm getting some on my fingers, but hey, that's what we artists do, right? So I keep flipping around on the table, and now painting the back of him, and kind of working in where I think the colors ought to be. Let's switch over to yellow, and I'll do this part, the little control panel thing. That's cool. And hey, why not put a little yellow in the gears? That's a good idea. I saved my red for his head. I want his head to be kind of special, and I'll paint those little doodads while I'm there. Around his neck, that's my cat's cat food can, if you remember. And a few details, kind of the way we did it on our first robot, to kind of make him look kind of extra special. Okay, now I'm getting out my familiar chalk pastel, my brown, and I'm using it with a little bit of water on the end of my brush, kind of trying to give a sort of a nice rusty look, working my way around and really giving it kind of an antique finish, the way we've been doing in the last couple of episodes with our clay project, if you've been following along. That look. So there he is, and here's something I've been saving for the end. I got my peanut butter jar, but I got this string of little lights from Christmas time I've been saving. I'll stick those into the peanut butter can and put that on, and yay, there he goes. My robot, my junk bot is done, and he's standing up proudly next to his pal that we had. And take a bow, you guys. Sure, take a bow. Well done. So we went kind of fast with that, but I think you got it, and boy, there's a world of robot building waiting out there for you, so get to it. So, just as we always say, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, you've got something to be proud of. You're an artist. Stick with it. We'll see you back here next time in Mr. Shay's Art Room.